Happy Sunday, friends. It's a weird evening for me to be live, but I wanted to finish the Scarecrow that we started on a Friday night. So, welcome to my live, and if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Chat Couture. So, on Friday, we started a scrap wood scarecrow. So tonight I thought that we would finish that. But first I want to let you know that I'm live in 2 locations this evening. So if you hear me refer to a comment that's not in your feed, that person is probably watching on a different platform. Also, at any time during this video or the replay you like what you see, please feel free to spread the craft love all over Facebook and YouTube. Just share it out as much as you want to, and wherever you have permission to share it, that would greatly help me out. That just helps me get in front of new eyeballs. And as always, hit that heart button, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, follow, do whatever the platform you're on wants you to do to help out my algorithm. And as always, tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. I would greatly appreciate it. So if we go to my comments, I see Jason is watching from the other side of the door. And I'm going to take a little drink. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera so that we can get started, so that we can get this guy finished up. So let me flip. So this is what we're working on. This is a door hanger template from Doodle Dots, and I have put the link to the paper template in the description of the video. If you don't want to fiddle with paper templates, I can always let you know where you can buy the wood blanks as well, or I can cut one out for you. But I also didn't want to fiddle with wood blanks, so I happened to have this big old piece of scrap wood in my stash. I have a bunch of these pieces of wood, and it was about almost 11 by 24. I forgot already. I've slept since then. Yep, 24. So I decided to kind of make him the scarecrow instead of cutting a piece of wood. So here's his cute little hat. So we did a couple of coats on his face. I stained it with some, did I use antiquing wax or did I just use paint? I think I used antiquing wax. I don't remember. I think I may have used this. I don't remember. I've slept since then. And then, so I did that all over the top and bottom. And then this is, I believe, cashew, or I think this might be cashew Waverly Chalk paint, and then this is plaster. And then I added the face, which we're going to finish the face tonight. And I also have some black stripes up there. And then this is, I think this is agave. Is that I think that's the color, and it's also a Waverly Chalk paste. And then we're going to add some polka dots to that later. But I do want to go ahead and finish. I'm going to put another coat of paint on the face. I actually have taped this off again with some thinner tape, and I'm going to add a few more black stripes. So let's go ahead and get that done. So I was just using some black paint from Apple Barrel. I'm not that much of a paint snob, although my ultimate favorite paint is the Waverly Chalk paint. It just has a really great coverage, but for this kind of like decorative or for accent painting, I don't mind using acrylic paint. But if I'm doing like a door round and I want to color block something, then my favorite is Waverly Chalk paint. So I'm just going to, let's add some more stripes to his hat. I just didn't think it looked, I don't know, I just didn't like the way it looked the other night with just the 3 stripes. So I thought we would add some more. Let me turn that music down a little bit more. I could probably just turn it off, but okay. So how was everyone's weekend? Anybody do anything fun? We kind of hung out. We just kind of hung out together. I was doing some crafting, trying to get some more projects not finished, but just made some progress on a bunch of projects. Trying to get some stuff done for the October, well, just for both of my booths, vendor booths, and then the event at the Rolling Hills on October 5th. So if you're in town, local to me, it's a fun event. It's called the Sip and Sell Wild About Crafts Sip and Sell. So there's some direct sellers there like Scentsy and all the typical direct sellers, but there's also a lot of handmade items. It's a lot of fun. Wine slushies, if you're into that. Okay, we'll let that dry a little bit. While that's drying, let's come down here and we'll do kind of get some more. I just want to do his cheeks mainly. And I'm using Americana Dragon Fruit for that. Oops. And so I just have a round tip brush for that. And I don't know if you can see them, but I can see my pen lines from when I traced my template, but when we do all of the accent outlining, that'll kind of go away. We'll hide all that. Let's see. Okay, so we'll do his other cheek. Too much paint on my brush. Trying to avoid getting that little paint ridge. Although that's not a terrible thing. Okay, so there's his cheeks. I'll get some orange out. Ugh. I'm just going to get it straight out of the pot. bristle in there. This paint is too thick. I need to add a little bit of water. Okay, a little bit more. I'm gonna get the best angle down here. There we go. Okay. The pink bristle. Oops, my bad, sorry. Okay, I think his nose looks good. His eyes look pretty good, but let's do one more coat just to be. Got another smaller round tip brush. Okay. Just doing his eyes. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so let's flip him around this way and check his stripes out. I think I need to add. I'm just going to quickly add another coat to our new stripes. Oops. And then I think we're about ready to add this, all the little final details. A little bit more. Just a skosh. Okay, I think I'm done with that part anyway. Put that to the side. I'm gonna get it out. Try to get some of this dry. Let's get these dry up here. I definitely like those stripes better. Definitely like that striping better. It looks really sharp. Yep. And then you've got all this tape to take off. Okay. So now, make sure that that's going to cover everything. Just barely. Okay, so now let's add some of, let me show you our, Jason says he's too cute. Thank you. Let's show you our, I didn't load that. Let me load that picture. There we go. So here's our inspiration picks. So we want to add some of that stitching. Some of them are white, have white stitches. I'm going to go look at it looks like some of them have black over white. I guess that's kind of however we want to do it. Okay, so let's come back here. So I have some Posca markers. They're Posca. They're just paint markers. And I think that's what we're going to use to add the stitches. I just don't know. Let me try to get a paper towel out here. I just don't know what thickness I want to use. So these are the markers that you kind of have to prime. I don't know if that's going to be too thick. Let me go get, I have a skinnier one than that, but I think it may be too skinny. That's the same size. Right. I don't have a skinnier one. Oh yeah, I do. It's right here. Let's try that one. I'd rather go too skinny than too broad for right now. And I'm just going to follow. Oh, and we also still have to draw his mouth. So let's get that on first before we do anything. Find. Do I have a pencil? I had a pencil in here. Just had a pencil in here. really matters, but oh, it's right there. Okay, so let's come in here, and then we'll add the, I can't do anything without a pattern. Just can't draw. I can't draw a stick figure. That kind of works. Okay, then I think we'll bring that cheek up there. It's just for a guide. So let's, I think, for that's, okay. So let's do his mouth. You want to make sure when you're using these markers that your paint is dry. Otherwise, things will smear. Oops. Okay, so let's go back to our smaller. Let that dry. I have this big one, but it's a chisel tip. I'm just afraid I'm going to screw something up. It doesn't work as well as the bullet tip does. I just want to broaden this a little bit though. That worked. Kind of. Okay, that works. I think I like that better. Okay, so now I'm gonna use the thin one to outline the eyes, mainly because they're already black, but I just want to kind of clean up the edges of my eyes. Make sure I'm not smearing the mouth. Let me look at our photo again. I'm gonna download a different one. That way I can see it up close. Here's another one. Okay. And then we can also do the whites of his eye. Of course, I can't see that very well. Okay, let's see where the whites of his eye need to go. I'm going to probably have to put a couple coats on that. You can't see it really well. And it's kind of hard to see. Okay. And then I also want to, let's go ahead and outline his cheeks. And you don't have to get, this doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be totally on the outside. Whew, it always makes me nervous. Not bad, not bad. Okay, now let's put all these little tick marks in. These may not be thick enough, but again, I'd rather start thinner and add to it if I need to, but if I make them too thick from the get-go, I can't fix that. Yeah, I think they need to be a little thicker. Oops. Let's go back to my comments. Jason says it's amazing how much the marker makes everything pop. It is. The accents just they're just amazing. When I used to originally watch the door hanger painters paint, I'd be like, stop, you're adding too much. But it really, when it's all said and done, it really does make stuff pop. Okay, so now let's start adding it definitely looks stitched. Super cute. Let's see if I can color that in with these. Can't get to that one as easily. Look at his cute little face. And you could go over it with white as well. Okay, so now I think his face is mostly done. Once the white dries a little bit, I'll touch that up a bit. So now let's zhuzh up his hat band a little bit. Get out of the way. So I couldn't not do any chalk couture on this project at all. I have some wispies, so I'm just going to go ahead and sand this while I'm at it. Okay, so now I probably need to wax it. Jason says he's adorable. It's pretty cute. Oh, that's way too much. I just do not like that wax. It's just it gets too hard. So I'm just putting this down. It's going to be a barrier for between my transfer and my piece of wood. I was gonna use this squeeze, but it's kind of bright. I think we'll use orange peel instead. Okay, I'm gonna need to move this out of the way. I need to get a fuzz cloth. Okay, so I have two polka dot transfers. I couldn't find my big long one, so I'll have to use two of them. So I'm going to fuzz both of these just to knock back a little bit of this adhesive. And if you're new around here, these are reusable silk screen transfers. They do have adhesive on the back side just to help them stay in place. So wherever you can see through the transfer, that is a mesh silk screen. I'm just going to place that. I might do it kind of catty corner. I'm going to do the same thing to this one. This was a size D, 18 by 18 transfer. And so obviously it's not 18 by 18 anymore. So I've cut mine apart. I have a couple that are still fully intact. I have one that I've cut just in half, so it's a big long 9 by 18. And then I have some that I've cut in quasi quarters just to use on different surfaces. On this one, I'm gonna also, I just don't want them to all be that's too, I don't want it to be this, you know, kind of want them to look random. think that'll work. Put my underneath there. Okay, so let's lost my orange peel. I'm going to get a squeegee. I'm going to pull this part down so I can reach it a little better. So I'm just going to dip my squeegee into the chalk paste. And I'm just going to rub it wherever the silk screen is. Try to get up all of my squeegee lines. I can pick up that excess and put it back in my jar. Try to pull up some of this excess. Try to save as much as I can. I'm going to go ahead and pull this part up so it doesn't dry in my silk screen. So the chalk paste dries hard to the touch. So it will dry in your silk screen if you're not quick enough. And if that happens, when you go to pull up your silk screen, your paste will come with it. So you want to work fairly quickly. And this paste is a bit thick already, so it's going to dry faster. I'm going to get out most of my squeegee lines. I love the orange against that blue. Let's finish this circle right here. And then let's see if I can add one without making a gigantic mess. I think that's good. I think we'll leave it at that. Okay. So all you have to do to clean these up is just run them under some water and then let them air dry. And then you can put them back on the backer sheet and store them away for the next use. I think we're almost done. I really like the orange against that blue. Okay, so let's give that a dry. So my only dilemma now is my Scarecrow is severely warped. So you see how bad that rocks? I'm gonna have to have Jason help me. Not today, but at some point. I think I'm gonna have to shim him underneath here to get the hat to lay right. I didn't pick the best board, and he's warped. Yeah, and that's not gonna bend. Let me try to fix his eyes. some more. Super fun. Let me show you up close what his face looks like. And then I'm going to do some sanding, and I'm probably going to do some kind of rustic painting just to give him some more texture. Let's definitely do the edges. Ouch. You know, you can kind of come up in here and get rid of some of that paint. Kind of scuff him up a bit. Oops. Now, got chalk dust everywhere. Okay, he's getting cute. Now let's flip him around. And then let's do up here. Ouch. Super fun. Let's see what happens if we kind of scuff him up here. And then let's check our picture again for reference. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shim him probably, which is fine. So you could do the same thing. Go to Menards or Lowe's and get like a 1x12 and cut him into 2 feet sections. And then this, I think, is a piece of aspen, and it's a 1 by, no, it's a 1/2 inch by, I don't know if they'd consider that. I think it's a 1 by 3 because it's 2.5, or it's a 1/2 inch by 3. Yeah, it's a 1/2 inch by 3. I got this at Menards. Let's check our pick. Hey, Miss Ashley. I want to look at one more thing. So they put raffia under his ear, or his hat, to kind of stick out. I'm not the biggest fan of raffia, but give it a whirl. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. I gotta figure out. Oh boy. It looks like I just need a bunch. I would use this kind of scraggly, but some of this is doubled over. That's let me get a clean bunch. How are you, Miss Ashley? Well, that's actually not too bad right there. This little bunch isn't quite what I was intending, but so I'm just going to take this little hunk of bunch and double this one up. Oops, sorry, my picture's on top. Oops. There. So I just have this little bunch right here. I'm going to double this around. And then I'm just going to use this to kind of tie up here. Then I have my hot glue gun heating up. Of course, I don't know if I should put this on since I have to figure out how to shim his hat. Although, if I stuck it, well, if I flattened that out some, lose my scissors. I have an idea. Okay, let's untie that. I might be able to get away with using some of this to help me shim if it's not so, and we could stick it up there and it could, that might help actually, and then we could get him stuck on. And then that would give me enough of a buffer, maybe, to at least get him screwed in or brad nailed in. Okay, so I'm going to need a couple layers, or at least, I think we'll make that go out that way. And we'll have it hanging out the top, I think. See how much we can get. Oops. Oops. No. Oh, hot. I might have to put a couple layers. Okay. I gotta get another glue stick. This is a mess, but I think it's going to actually help. Ouch. Okay, let's smash all that down with that. That's making a gigantic mess. But I think that's going to work. Okay, now let's do one on get a bunch on the other side. Ah, I just pulled it all up. I knew better than to stick it down. This is a mess. But that's okay, because it's going to help. Put that up there. Okay, let's get another crazy bunch going. Okay, so let's get that stuck down. Get all that stuck down in the glue. Not quite as, no. Okay, let's get some more. Get another bunch going. Okay, let's get that's getting better. That's kind of a lot of mess. Okay, now let's. Okay. Let's see if we can get another. This might be a bit much. I still think I need a little bit more over here. This is not my forte. This is a lot like floral stuff, and I'm not good at it. But I think that's going to actually help shim my hat. So whatever works. I'm going to add a little bit more over here. over the top. Okay, let's see what, like a mess. Oh, I probably gotta let that dry. That needs to dry a little bit. I'd like to still get some more up there, but that may not work. This stuff's not fun. I just need to let that dry, and then we'll see what it looks like and if it's shimmed it enough. Actually, let's just we'll just use it to our advantage. See if I can get some more stuck to it. Okay, at least got it covered up. So let's see if this is going to work. That, I think, will do. I can't see what it looks like. Let me flip it over so I can kind of see what it looks like from this angle. Not that that matters, but I think that'll work. I don't know. I don't think I can connect it tonight, but I think with a brad nailer, that'll look good. I just wish I could get some, but I don't really need any right there, so I think it looks cute. So that's what he's going to look like. I think that's super cute. Let's do it this way. Let me hold him up. That, folks, is what he's gonna look like. He's super cute. I love him. Jason says he's awesome. Cool. I like him. I think he's gonna be cute. Now I just have to decide if I'm gonna keep him or if I'm gonna sell him. I do also want to make some more, so hopefully I'll have some at the Sip and Sell or Raised Rustic or Flipping Fabulous, but we'll have to see. But I might just keep this one. He's super cute. So if you make one, I definitely want to see it. But there, you can do leopard print. Let's look at the inspiration pick again, because you can use any patterns that you want: stripes, leopard, polka dots. Here's the other one. They combined leopard with big polka dots. Oh my gosh, he's so super cute. I love him. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me over the last couple of days. I don't know about tomorrow night. It's Monday Night Football and the Eagles are playing, so I may just stick to Wednesday and Friday again this next week, just so I can enjoy Monday Night Football with my son and Jason. So with that, I think that's going to be my plan. So I'll be live again on Wednesday. Thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight or hanging out with me on the replay. And I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you on my next crafted video. Thanks for watching.